Now the clue we got at the end of the last video was the lack of evidence could be the lack of a trace could be a trace in itself, and it could also leave new traces. Now, what do we have that there's the lack of a trace? Maybe that? Ah, I was right. There's a lack of the glove prints on it, but you're wearing gloves. Stanley said that earlier. Almost a gumshoe. So we could match the glove print on that to your gloves. Uh-oh. And that would most certainly connect you to the murder. Whoa! Hello. Oh. Really? So you made up an even more confusing theory. Knowing the combination. Went in the room together with the guest. It would be impossible to return it. But okay. Huh. Let's... Haha! I knew that was gonna happen. There you are. Oh? Ah. Okay. But it's not the truth. That would kind of defeat the point. Documents in the gun prove this one went into the room. She's not the killer. Admin's right. I just love how fair this is. Those two keys are the only keys that can open the door. Alright. Thanks for turning this into a giant mess again, trite. He went up. The room was open. Okay, so why was the room open? That's the next problem we have to address. Were we wrong about this locked room all along? Holy shit, this music is awesome. Could have borrowed Mrs. Doe's gloves and handled her the documents later. Maybe someone stole her gloves and used them. No. Mrs. Doe did not enter Mr. Doe's room before you met her. And she wore those gloves the whole day. Alright, duly noted. It is all the more awesome. He somehow managed to enter a closed room that wasn't closed. Since the keys were in safes that automatically closed, he couldn't have used them. Hello, Rune. It most certainly is. Sure. Here we have our nice little door. Apparently, the witness went through it. However, the time period in which she could have done this has been limited by Nick. And during that time, the door should have been closed. She didn't enter that room before you met her. So there were only two opportunities for her to enter that room. Before or after the vase broke. When he left the living room, the maid was already upstairs until the vase broke. And the witness herself said that she went up after hearing the noise and seeing us come down. Second floor was completely unobserved. He could have pretended that it was locked at the time. But then you went back up again. It was impossible for the butler to pretend it this time. And it was locked. Did she lie after all? But why? Alright. Alright. I'll do that. But it's alright. Even if you have no idea what's going on, just keep pointing out contradictions. Be sure not to miss the conclusion. Until then. Oh boy. Here comes the conclusion. Loading. So we're stuck looking at the time period when we went down How did she open a locked door? Or how did a locked door suddenly unlock and then lock again when we came back up? This is devious. I like it. Hello, Paulo. 11:35. First check. Defendant tried to open the door. He knocked on the door, no response. He grabbed the doorknob and tried to push it open. However, the door didn't open. 11:50. Second check. The Coca witness unlocked the door with the defendant's key. It is impossible to mistake a locked door when unlocking it. Between 11:35 to 11:50, intrusion. Another witness claims to have entered the room during this time span. No, it has been forbadden. Maria the maid was upstairs before then. Fatal error. Because Nick said so. Assuming that it's a fact that she entered that room, both checks of the door must be doubted. So we doubt either the defendant or the cook. Former first check mustn't be one of the culprits. Door locked. Only Asuka's method is the key. However, impossible to obtain for the witness. Huh. Fatal error. There is no possible scenario. Let's assume that she would somehow be able to get that key from the butler's safe. Through unknown trick. A little after the first check. The maid did not say anything about persons going upstairs before the vase broke. The witness called Maria is lying. There we have a possible scenario. Oh, hi. There we go. Seems to give out hints if you input things. Huh. Nick? Yeah? It seems that way. Ah. Well, if I believe what the reason... Yeah, that's for sure. Indeed. So let's do that. Oh, yes. Let's do this. I'm ready for this. Of course, your head's always cool. Everyone's head's cool because we're playing this chill remix of the court theme. I think it might be the orchestral version. Something like from the Apollo Justice orchestrated court suite. Relax. Get your antennas back up. Why are we all so agitated again? But evidence the corridor had been observed only during that time span, but it was observed during a slightly earlier time span. Huh. And remember, Nick forbade us to think that, That is true. That's it. We can't prove that those were really her gloves, or just gloves of the same type. Fair enough. Yeah. Really? Indeed. That would still leave her involved. Oh boy. After all this, we're at the beginning. Oh yes.